What's your lizard's name again, Kenna?
Abby.
Bobby?
Mm-hmm.
Bobby or Bobbie?
Bobby or
Bobby? Oh,
Dobby. Yeah,
Dobby. Oh, Dobby. Dobby.
yeah.
It feels so weird to have my camera on.
Does it?
I'm not used to it.
You're a handsome fella.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank you. It's it's raining outside, and I had to. It's why I was late. I had to run over to my aunt's house because she has a turtle, and he was stuck, and I had to get him out onto some higher ground because it's gonna flood.
Ooh,
So sorry about that.
those turtles always getting themselves into precarious situations, you know.
They are.
Always.
There's a girl. There's a girl that lives in my neighborhood, uh, and I've only seen her in the summertime, but I've seen her a couple times at the park near my house. But she has a tortoise, and it's so big that she has to bring it. She brings it to the park in like a wagon.
Ah,
I mean, it's like huge. It's a huge tortoise, and
that
she'll like bring it to the park in a wagon and just like let it roam around, you know.
that sounds exactly like me.
Amazing.
So cool.
So from a timeline perspective, there's about a day and a half between when you first come down the beanstalk and you actually are about to bump into the party.
Okay.
So during that time, because I just want to kind of get everyone together, kind of quickly as
No, yeah, yeah,
possible
yeah.
or whatever. During that time, how do you think that you and your companion would have sort of navigated coming down the beanstalk and investigating what's going on here in Avernus?
I think Lep and Twig would have certainly wandered around the city. I think it would have been very much like, oh, hey, there's a burning building. Let's check it out. Hey, there's a pile of corpses. Let's check it out. Hey, there's dead demons and a broken bridge. Let's check it out. Just kind of check out anything and everything.
Hmm.
It's like a Sunday stroll, but not really because it's dangerous. And I'm sure Twig is out to persuade Lep to not walk straight into danger sometimes.
You every so often the entire city lurches from side to side as the great posts that bind Elturel to Avernus sink farther into the ground, drawing the city ever closer to the river Styx. During these moments, the same kind of damage that would be caused by an earthquake on the material plane kind of take place. Loose objects fall, buildings are damaged, cracks from the ground form in the streets, and creatures kind of fall prone. Every so often, lightning from the companion, strikes the city every now and again. Sometimes, as you're exploring, some of these strikes come kind of oddly close to you, as if trying to let you know that Avernus knows you're here. Um, you wander past where that meteor that blew past you when you first climbed down struck these grand cathedrals outside of the courtyards, you can see dozens and dozens of bodies of slain survivors and devils. I think, at least as far as your character goes, this is the most death. I mean, it's the most death that probably anyone's character has experienced, but especially, I think perhaps for you, it's probably a bit of a culture shock.
Oh yeah, I think Lep definitely takes like a couple hours just to cry inside of a burned down building.
But as you're investigating, kind of halfway through your second day, in air quotes, you do see a small, familiar sight. A gentle elven glade sprouts in one corner of the city. You can see trees spring up from the ground, reminiscent of the Feywild. Vines and things kind of cover this sprawling graveyard, turning it quite unrecognizable.
Oh my God, Twig. I don't think we're home, but I think we're like, people call it a summer home. I don't know, but we need to check it out. We need to check it out. Oh, so different.
As you
What awesome.
head in that direction, you see a small chapel of human design, sort of building of white marble. You can see all of the windows busted out, and there are corpses sort of lumbering through the outer perimeter. You pass through a iron fence that's been torn to shreds, that has... Hoisey, chill out. Stop. Go lay down. Sorry, my dog was going buck wild.
It's all good.
And that have like wriggling, severed limbs kind of pressed into spikes, the spikes of the fence, and you can see that the windows have been busted out of the little chapel in the center of the grounds. And as you get closer and closer, you can hear several voices kind of wafting out through the open windows over the grounds towards you.
Should we be quiet, Twig? Or should we talk?
Twig says, as you guys kind of listen to their conversation, I don't know, they sound more reasonable than anyone we've encountered so far.
That's true.
It sounds as though they're having a civil conversation.
That's also true.
Perhaps they have been here longer than us and might be able to fill us in a bit more on the circumstances here, so we can finally make our way home.
Yeah, you're probably right. I should listen to you more, Twig. But then if I did that, we wouldn't have any fun, so...
I've been telling you that since the first day I met you, good friend. And I expect you will continue to not listen to me for eternity.
Yeah. One of these days I'll learn.
I won't hold my breath.
Mm-hmm. That'll probably
So sassy.
I think incompetent is the word you're looking for.
I like that.
So we'll throw you down here.
Ooh, yay.
You can enter, from anywhere you would like. As you do, why don't you describe your character for everyone else?
Yeah, I think Lep goes through the open window, and as he walks closer and closer, you'll see a sort of skinny-looking elven creature, tousled green hair, very pale skin, sort of like, I guess, courtly clothes, sort of made with like greens and oranges and reds. Very festive, you could say. You might notice how he has these weird glass slippers. It's unconventional, but it works. And then this striking purple eyes as he's like, "Hi, I'm not from here, but hi. You guys seem nice, or at least hopefully nice."
He's just kind of looking at you. What?
The rest of you guys see this newcomer kind of peek out from around the corner and call out to you as you're having this conversation with Ulder, preparing for your next steps.
Yeah, well, they're all just kind of like confused, like,
Hi. Do you guys not speak common? Do I need to speak something else?
No, we speak common, and Krayley will walk forward cautiously.
Kind of confused.
You're a bunny. Oh, you're so cute. Can I hug you? I'm gonna hug you.
Twig says, Twig like coughs from behind you, and says, Lep, we've practiced this 1,000 times. You know how you're supposed to properly introduce yourself to people. We are acting on official business of the Autumn Courts.
Yeah. Yes. Lep sort of dusts off his shoulders, gives a very deep bow to all of you, and says, "I am Lep of the Autumn Court of the Feywild. I have been sent on a mission to discover the origins of the beanstalk," and Lep points to it. It has infiltrated our kitchen, and we are having a hard time dealing with it. And there are also demons coming through it. So, if anyone knows the culprit, I would greatly appreciate it. Oh, and this is true.
Cute.
I
So
know,
he like
right?
runs up to it. Oh, hi there. Oh my god, look at it. It's got little glasses.
I
Crazy,
know,
do you see the
right?
glasses?
Oh, I
They
found
look
him
so
under.
cute.
I know. Oh, I love him. Me and a friend found him under a tree one day. It was really fun.
Oh.
huh. Anyways, uh, what would you do with said person if you found out who generated that beanstalk?
I would bring them back to the Autumn Court and see if maybe there was a way to close the beanstalk so we don't demons coming up through our kitchen?
Crayley will nervously kind of look at everybody and also kind of get a reaction or an idea from what Smiler is doing. But he's not saying anything right now.
Make a perception check.
Okay. Back up here. Okay. Oh, sorry, it should not be advantage or disadvantage.
Yeah, that's okay.
Do the 17 or whatever.
You see that you can just barely make it out, but Smiler has pressed himself up against the tree trunk behind you and has pulled his cloak up around him. The only reason that you can actually see him is because he's got one eye poking out through the hole, a little hole that he has open in his cloak. So you can just see one big white iris looking out.
Okay. Oh.
Each other. I mean, you came down the same beanstalk, so.
Huh?
Because you know you're both. Okay, never mind.
Am I confused or are you confused? Are we both confused?
I think we're all
both
confused.
Okay, okay. What can I do to help you guys not be unconfused?
If there's anything you can do, we're just confused in general.
Oh, okay. It's really hot over here.
Yeah, I mean, that's what happens when you know, are in a land full of, like, fire and lava and heat.
Yeah. Lots of dead people. It's really scary.
Yeah, yeah.
Kind of caught us in a stressful moment. Lep, was it?
Yeah.
Kind of pushing your previous question to the side. We do have a little bit of more pressing matters at hand. There is a kind of a war going on right now.
Oh, with the anthills or the big ants or the not ants. Twig, what are they called? They're like things with horns, like this guy, and he'll punch his map door.
Oh, what, the devils?
Yeah, those things.
You've never heard of a devil before?
I mean, I've read about them.
Um,
Yeah, we don't normally get those in the Feywild.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
Now I do, I guess.
yeah.
Ulder
We get a lot
says...
of
Oh, go ahead.
we get a lot of herringons though. They usually look different.
Maybe to share a little too much information, I may, my ancestry may be from the Fae, but me personally, I've grown up on the material. Playing a Baldur's Gate.
What's Baldur's
So
Gate? An island?
The city.
City.
a very large city.
Okay. Okay.
Ulder says, what beanstalk are you talking about?
That point was the
That's a
massive
funny
beanstalk.
story.
Yeah, about that. He'll like help Ulder stand up and bring him to like a window and point to it.
Ulder stares at it for a few moments and turns back and he says, well, that's interesting, newcomer. You say you climbed down that thing. And that
Yeah.
demons are spilling out of it into wherever you're from.
Yeah.
The Feywild, you say?
Yes, the Feywild.
Well, to make things short and sweet for you, this ground that you stand upon is the city of Elturel, which has been transported into the first layer of hell called Avernus. You are now standing on the forefront of the Blood Wars, where demons threaten to overtake not only our world, but all worlds. So, I would say that, yes, you have wandered into a tense situation.
So that's why there's that big crater in the Feywild. Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, I have a question. I hope it's not too terribly dumb. Aren't the archfays of the various courts extremely powerful? Can't they close the portals on their own?
They probably could, but I think, oh, Twig, I forgot his name. I'll apologize to him later. I think he's having currently a tea party with Queen Titania, so we can't really ask him for help right now.
Right.
You know how the
Gotcha.
Sealy can be very, oh, we want tea, oh, we want biscuits, oh, we want strawberry flavored ice cream with little cherries on top. Yeah,
I
so
don't.
we'll get it for you. Oh, well, you should try it. That's actually very good.
Sealy or unsealy, I don't care. If it's one of their problems to solve their problems, I feel like they should try and close it as fast as possible.
Well, that's why they sent me. Well, that's why I'm here, to sort of figure out why it's here, so then we can close it.
Uh,
Does Lep
does.
notice?
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Does Lep notice Lulu?
Yeah.
Your golden elephant is so cute.
She's
I
not
don't
mine.
know.
She's her own person.
Oh, she is so cute. I want to give her a hug so badly. I can't, but I.
Certainly ask her for one.
Can I give you a hug? You're really cute and small.
Lulu kind of floats over into your direction, and they say, she kind of gives you like a sniff with her trunk, and just out of curiosity, I'm actually going to probably end up asking everyone this soon. I know that typically in 5e, it wasn't really an important thing, or they tried to make it not really an important thing, but what is your character's alignment, Lep?
Chaotic good, chaotic neutral? I think chaotic neutral.
Lulu gives you a sniff, and she says, he smells okay.
Does that mean yes? I can owe you a favor if you want. I'm really good at giving out favors.
She says, well, you see, we're on an important mission, and as much as I'd like to be exchanging hugs all, willy-nilly, you know, we do have some pretty important things to do. Perhaps you can give me a hug, if you help us get to Fort Knucklebone.
Twig, do you know what Fort Knucklebone is?
Twig says, I feel as though, Lep, that we should probably get used to not knowing much of anything down here.
That's just me every day. I can work with that.
But then Twig does say, although I did happen to notice that often some distance away, across the barren landscape, there was a monument. It looked like perhaps a cliff or hillside in the shape of a fist. That is probably what they are referring to.
Oh. It
was wreathed
Yeah, I'll help
in
you guys.
what appeared to be spikes or bones.
Not the best jewelry, but okay. I'll help
Can
you
I
guys. Yeah. Sorry.
can I ask a question out of character?
Uh-huh.
I left my notes at work. Did Smiler at any point imply that the beanstalk was going to be kind of the way out for us, or was he just implying in general that he knows of? I can't
He only
remember.
implied that he implied that he could leave Avernus through the beanstalk.
Okay, not us. Okay, thank you.
But the reason he hasn't left yet is that he has some unfinished business here that he's hoping that you guys could help him with.
Okay, that's right. Thank you.
At this point, I think maybe Smiler does. He drops his cloak and he says, I don't think we should let him help us. He looks too gentle and green. Go back to where you came from, boy.
No. Does Webb recognize this as the person that he saw on the beanstalk?
You do.
Okay. That's like, yeah, no, I'm not doing that.
Have it your way, then. You're only going to get yourself killed.
No, probably not. But you have some explaining to do.
You we know each other?
Oh yeah, this is Flaxus.
Who?
He was a very
Huh?
good friend of mine, like 70 years ago. We actually found Twig together. But then he left, and he never returned. I had to spend the next 70 years trying to figure out what I'm gonna do. It's not fun to like play tag or hide and seek by yourself. And like, oh, like yeah, the valley's really beautiful, but like if you don't end the share with, it's kind of like, what's the word? Boring? Like, have you really been in this? I don't know what to call this place, a hellhole? For like so long?
When you say Smiler's name, he rushes across the floor and tackles you. And he puts his hand over your mouth and he says, "That's not my name, and you won't say it again. My name is Smiler the Defiler, and will do you well to remember it."
He's gonna go over and pull him up. This is not how we treat newcomers.
Wait, Smiler
No.
is a nickname or Smiler your new name? Why is it Smiler the Defiler? That sounds so mean.
Is this the first time hearing his full name? Because I think he's only told us his name was
His name's
Smiler, right?
Smiler.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
Interesting.
Mhm.
You never told us you were known as the Defiler.
What the fuck does that mean?
He turns towards the rest of you and he says, "Oh, it was a name that was earned, I assure you, given to me by the devils of Avernus. You don't last as long as I do, as I said here, without making a few enemies."
Actually, that makes sense.
Well, you didn't answer our question. What did you do to earn that title?
Yeah.
It's your bad cab.
I have broken, dismantled, disheveled, dispersed bands of devils. I have shamed, I have foiled, I have tricked, I have swindled almost every devil in Avernus. Maybe I owe a favor here or there, but I have earned the name that I have, and I will be known as nothing but it. Anything else that you hear out of this one's mouth is a lie, an untruth, a fabrication, a figment of his imagination.
I do
You're
some
being really
insight.
mean for that. Oh,
He walks over back towards you. Eladrin can't be charmed, huh?
yeah. Oh, I think we have Eladrin or a advantage on being John.
Advantage.
Yeah, on like our saves. Yeah, we can't be massively put to sleep, and we have advantage on saving throws against being John.
Being an elf.
Smiler stands face to face with you. And he says, "I'm sorry if you've mistaken me for someone you know. But I'm not the person you think I am. There's one thing that I need you to understand. Names have power here, and you will address me the way that I wish to be. I have a reputation to uphold, and I will not let some wilting boy from the Feywild disrupt my plans or spread incorrect information about me. You better start listening to your companion's wise words and start learning. Where you come from, things might not seem serious, but down here I assure you that simple mistakes, even simple ones, can cost you your life. So, what is my name?"
Your real name or your nickname? Because your nickname is Smile the Defiler, which sounds
Make a
really
wisdom
mean.
saving throw.
Ah! Okay.
With
is
it,
this against being charmed or
with
frightened?
with advantages, I suppose. Yes.
Yeah, because I do have advantage on this.
Mm.
Yeah.
Ooh, I mean, you think he'd be wiser?
Um. You feel sort of this gentle tingle in your mind, and there's something kind of prodding around in there, and the memories you have of Valaxis don't disappear from your memory, but his name does. And for the time being, when this little entrancement is over, all you can think of to call Smiler as is the Defiler.
Smiler the Defiler. It's a weird name, but it's your only name.
Hmm. It is a name that was earned. Welcome to Avernus.
Thank you. You have any
Is-
tea?
Smiler's demeanor kind of changes once you correctly address him, and he says, of course, it's customary when one enters my glade. I apologize for my rudeness.
It's
And
alright.
he holds out his hand and conjures a small cup of steaming tea that he sort of takes with his fingers and holds out to you.
Oh, thank you. You mind getting one for my buddy?
Uh, yeah, he conjures another smaller cup. Smiler says, he turns back to the rest of you and says, would anybody else like some tea?
I'll pass.
Yeah, no thanks.
I'll
It's good.
partake.
He conjures a cup for you, Krayley. The warm drink tastes of kind of cinnamon and orange peel. And as you drink it, you feel a bit lighter. And you find yourself under the effects of a what is it called? That spell that gives you plus 10 stealth to everybody?
Pass out trace?
Yeah, pass without trace. You find yourself under the effects of a pass without trace.
Oh,
You
nice.
Ulep as well as Twig, and Smiler says again, "Come now, there's no danger to it. You must be thirsty after these last encounters. I mean, good food and drink here in Avernus, I can assure you, is few and far between."
I take out my my water skin in front of him and start drinking it.
You're kind of rude, aren't you?
No, only the people who deserve it.
Oh. Why does he deserve it?
He's kind of an ass.
Um,
Mavthar will shrug and take some of the tea.
Hmm. You sip some of Smiler's tea and find yourself under the effects of a pass without trace. Smiler says, well, I guess all that's left is to decide how we're going to get off this rock and head to Fort Knucklebone.
Sylvie's gonna try and use her wings. She's gonna start jumping.
Yeah, it's a little awkward, but you begin to kind of flap them, and you find a bit of rhythm. You start to kind of hover a few feet off the ground.
Okay, I think I'm doing it.
Mavthar will
That's so
just
cool.
shake his head and say, no, it's with the shoulders, not with your arms.
Smiler says, I have a glider. Lulu can fly. What about you? And he turns to you, Lep.
I can fall. I can teleport, but I don't think I can go down that far. Um, yeah, I don't really fly. I kind of just walk
I have a
over.
question out of character.
Sure.
Would I be able to carry someone and fly, or would that just bring me down?
As an add-on to that question, could Sylvie carry two squirrels?
2 squirrels.
Yes.
I mean,
You would be able to carry 2 squirrels. I think it would just depend on
okay.
the weight of the thing that you're trying to carry.
Okay. I will
So,
definitely be able to carry 2 squirrels.
2 squirrels, I would say certainly. Krayley, I would say possibly. Mavathor, probably not.
You're on your own.
He has his own wings.
Yeah, Mavathor has wings, but I was just using that as an example.
Okay.
I'm so sorry for this rudeness of mine. I don't even know you guys' names. Well, except for Smiler.
Sylvie. And then I mimic his bow, but very ungracefully.
Oh, sincerely, okay.
The name is Krayley. And I'll also try to bow.
It's just
So-
us flopping over.
Yeah.
All
Good
right.
experience.
Mavathor, and he won't even bother with bowing.
Rude much. Okay.
Yeah,
My-
don't expect much from him.
Okay.
My name is Ulder Ravenguard. I'm one of the Grand Dukes of the city of Baldur's Gate, and commander of the Ravenguard, formerly known as the Flaming Fist.
Yeah, I read about you. You're that really important bald guy. Yep. Yep. I'm sorry if that was rude. I read about you in a book. You seemed very heroic and cool. Yeah.
Well, like us, he was trying to prevent this whole situation from happening in the first place.
Yeah.
Well, one way or another, it sounds like the Feywild will soon know that the Blood Wars are stirring at their doorstep. It seems and sounds to me as though you're not more than a scout.
I'm a footman, not a scout. There's a difference.
Does the
That's so much worse.
Feywild intend to become more prudently involved in these matters? We could use all the help we could get.
Yeah, I'm sure Queen Catania could talk with you.
Talk is one thing, but we're struggling down here,
Yeah.
trying to save what
yeah.
people we can.
Everything's coming to kill us.
Smiler says, well, Mavathor was correct in one way. The Archfey are quite powerful beings. However, the Feywild is a strange place by human standard, and the Archfey are often embroiled in their own little games. They don't really take the minutiae of the material plane seriously. They don't often take anything very seriously.
That pretty much sums it up.
Not good.
I
You
mean-
seem to take this seriously, Smiler, and I appreciate that.
Hmm. Even though you can be an ass.
Well,
You could talk to my mom for help.
I
Well,
take
actually,
it.
no.
I take it seriously because I know the true nature of Avernus, and I fear the Archfey would likely be dismissive of our plight until it's staring them right in the face.
Yeah.
What if Lep... I won't speak for you, Lep, but Lep is seeing what's happening here. I'm sure Lep has seen the death
Yeah, there's a lot of
resulting
deadlock.
from this. Could you, Lep, take this information back to get help for us, for these people?
I could tell the court what I found. I don't think they would offer help.
Why
If you
not?
want to make, it's the Fae are very it's just like Smiler said. It wouldn't they wouldn't really care.
What he's trying to say is that they're selfish.
Yeah, I mean, you could find like a powerful Fae and make a favor or a deal. I mean,
Sounds no better than making a deal with the devil.
oh no, it's much better. It's much better than making a deal with the devil.
Mm-hmm.
You make a deal with
Okay.
a Fae, it's like, oh, you get all this power, and the cost doesn't come up until like maybe you have a newborn and someone takes it.
Oh god.
Yeah, my mother told me that story once. It was funny at the time. Now, not funny.
We're doomed.
So yeah, skull, hand, fist thing. How do we get there?
So fucking tired of these deals. I'm gonna walk off.
Does he not like making deals?
None of us really do. It's
You have,
kind of a sore topic.
Mm.
you hear as you're walking away, Crazy, you hear Smiler say, "Well, you're going to love Mad Maggie then."
Um, I I'm not going to say anything in the moment to him, but I will go to a, a one of these trees with a, I don't know, maybe near G2, so to speak. And just kind of sit underneath the trunk for a moment to decompress.
He's gonna go in a corner and start trying to start up a seance.
Hell
Zeph said
yeah.
that looks like fun and is gonna join.
Okay.
I think him and Twig are just gonna sit down and just sip tea as they watch you.
You might not like what you see. It might be pretty scary in here.
But it also could be fun.
Okay.
I mean, we have drinks and we have a show. Only thing we could need more of is food.
Mm,
There's gonna like squeeze the bridge of his nose and say, "Was it something Alder said about us being pressed for time here?"
This is important, okay? I need closure.
Closure.
A friend passed recently.
Oh. My sincerest condolences.
Thank you.
So are you doing something mechanically here, Sylvie?
Not necessarily. But I did want to see if I could perform a seance to kind of talk to Dolos
Sure.
while he's in the afterlife.
What does that look like?
For me, I feel like I am kind of transported into like a dark black room with like eerie smoke in that. And I just kind of look in this room for Dolos's spirit.
Are you using like a spell or something, or is this just kind of like in your mind?
She just kind of just like a normal seance. Like she pulls out a bunch of candles, starts lighting them, and then kind of just goes into a meditative state.
Hmm. Roll a d100.
Wig answers.
You seat yourself down in the ossuary. What Sylvie doesn't know is that the reason why it was so easy for a demon portal to appear here beneath the chapel is that before Avernus, or before Elturel arrived in Avernus, the chapel was a place where the boundary between the material plane and the gods was a little more open. Priests, one priest in particular, prayed day in and day out in the ossuary beneath the chapel, building a connection directly to Torm. And it is this holy place where the gods can be spoken to, that the demons latched onto and quickly began to start to try and form a connection to El Terrell. You did need to roll a 10 or below. You had a 10% chance to make this connection. As you guys see Sylvie sitting in her circle of candles, all of the flames turn blue. And Sylvie's breathing goes still. And you do find yourself sitting in this dark room that you envisioned, Sylvie, at a table. And in the darkness, a little human skull appears, and a blue flame in the mouth of the candle bursts a light, kind of illuminating just the surface of the table you're sitting at. And across from you, you can see the outline of Dolos, wearing his mask. And you form this connection with his soul. What do you
That
say to
thing
him?
off. Take that thing off. You don't need it anymore. How's the afterlife?
Cold.
Yeah. Weird down here without you. Why did you tell me to stay back? I could have saved you. And Mavathor, I can't believe him. He could have healed you, but he didn't.
Mavathor is a twisted pawn for Asmodeus' own use.
Even in
But
death.
he,
Sorry.
it's true.
Good drama.
I don't care for him. But
Yeah, neither do I.
you did stay back, right? You were safe.
I know, but you didn't tell Krayley to stay back. You didn't tell. Well, of course you wouldn't tell Mavathor to stay back, but that's besides the point.
Crayley was already safe. He was far away. He was doing what he does best. But you can be impulsive, and that impulsivity has led to your death once. And I didn't want to bear going through the experience of losing you twice.
Me and I once.
Well, when we were in the high halls, when you spoke to those cultists of Tiamat, and we had that big battle, you died. You were roasted alive at one of those hellhounds. In that moment, sorry.
That doesn't make any sense, though. I was unconscious, but I woke up.
Of course you did. And I think you might notice that his eyes have like really dulled in that blue color. I used chronomancy, a gift from a landlord. And curing my condition, he gave me something new.
Didn't have to do that for me. But I appreciate it.
Was it still there? Am I living? All that matters.
I took some of your stuff. I'm gonna give it to Thirstwell when we get back. If we get back.
Good. And you will get back. I have faith in you. And Crayleigh.
A lot. So much has happened and I just can't take it anymore.
Well, I'm assuming you read my letters.
Yeah.
Then you remember what I said? That even though you may get lost or drawn from the path, as long as you have hope, it'll be alright. And it will be okay, so you have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in Crayleigh. You have to have hope that you guys can get out of here.
Starting to sound like my sister.
I never had a sibling. Probably.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, you're kind of like another one of me.
Thank you. I saw you, sister.
Did? She okay?
What?
She okay?
Who? You?
What?
I think the forces of whatever we're talking through has enabled some miscommunication between us.
Yeah.
I said that I see you as a sister.
Oh.
Well, I did see you as a sister.
That's good.
When you say that,
How is
Sylvie, you see a pair of skeletal hands appear on Dolos's shoulders. And you hear a voice from somewhere in the darkness say, "It's time to go, Dolos. Say goodbye to your friend."
Of course. You can do this, Sylvie. I believe in you.
Thank you.
I know you love dramatic timing, Lord of Bones, but come on. This weird pause isn't good for anyone. This is Asmodeus' stuff, not you.
Is there anything else you would like to communicate to Dolos, Sylvie?
I think everything that she needed to say was said.
Is there anything else you would like to communicate to Sylvie Dolos? No?
Did you say something?
Yeah, is there anything you would like to communicate? Anything you would like to communicate? Anything you would like to communicate to Sylvie Dolos?
Yeah, I think Dolos quickly just says, take care of this while.
I will.
And
There's
make sure he
a... Receives what?
his letter.
Oh, the letter. There's a chilling breeze that blows over the table and extinguishes the little blue flame in the skull, and you still feel that cold chill down your spine when your eyes open, Sylvie. You hear like sounds like it's kind of far away, and but then you kind of hear Lulu's voice. Sylvie, Sylvie, are you okay? Your skin is so cold. Wake up!
Yeah, I'm fine.
What happened? All the candles turned blue, and you went cold.
I went to see an old friend. And we talked about a few things.
Lulu says, did you get to say goodbye?
I did.
Lulu says, I wish I got to say goodbye to my old friend. But with Ulder's vision, perhaps there's hope that I'll be able to say hello to her once again.
Well, let's make sure that happens. And then I give her a huge hug.
Bravo, bravo for the beautiful performance.
She wraps her little trunk around you and she says, yes, we need to get to Fort Knucklebone and find our next clue.
But nobody's looking. Sylvie's just gonna pull her wings around herself.
Smiler says, well, now that we all know the score, Perhaps that's our time for lingering is over. And Ulder says, yes, I know that what I ask of you all is a heavy burden for anyone. But at this point, I don't see that we have a choice. All of our lives are at stake. I know that each and every one of you has the strength inside of you to be Elturel's salvation. This is not something that I could have done on my own. And, I wish you all luck in your search for Zariel's sword. I will do everything I can here in Elturel to make sure that I get as many of the survivors as I can to safety. And do whatever I can to buy you some time. Get clear of that battle. And I hope that I see you all again soon. And, Ulder takes the Helm of Torm's sight under his arm. If whoever has it will relinquish it to him.
Yeah, if he asks for it, Mavthor will give it to him.
Yeah, he walks up towards you and holds out his hands. He says, I don't want it to fall into the wrong hands. I can find a way to keep it safe.
Yes, of course. And he'll take it out of his bag and hand it over.
When I've got things in some semblance of order here, perhaps I will be able to glean another vision from it. And he takes it under his arm and he walks out through one of the open windows.
Odor, wait.
Yes, Creeley.
I think it's only fair we forewarn you, for better or for worse, what we ran into out there. There is... You may run into, for lack of a better term, talking tree.
Mm.
Oh,
They helped us and the survivors previously.
He's pretty awesome.
I think they can be trusted. I think we should also warn you, there was a dragonborn with a larger individual, chains and lanterns. I think the consensus is to avoid them at all costs.
But also, let me know through the pen if you see him.
And then I will offer him, Older, 2 mystery potions, if he would like them. Just stating the effect is unknown, but as random as it may be.
He looks at them And as you hold them out, and he says, have they been of service to you?
The effects are
Predictable.
unpredictable. Yes, but they have been helpful.
Ulder says, there's no telling what you're going to face out there.
And neither appear.
He takes them from you, and he nods. He says, thank you.
Do you need any more weapons? I have a few daggers I can spare.
Ulder says, I think that we will be able to find what we need in the city. You guys should hold on to your things. As I said, at least here in El Terrell, despite the battle below, we can see the board. Out there, you're walking blind. You're going to need everything you can. Hopefully, this man will guide you. And he turns to Smiler. He says, I heard you say that you've been here a long time. Your laundry list of endeavors make it sound as though you're far more experienced in Avernus than any of us, all of us combined. But I can see that this place has changed you. I just can't tell if it's for better or for worse.
He helped us save you.
He nods and says,
Good.
I hope you continue to take care of these people. Because they're all we have in returning to our home. And Smiler says, kind of looks at you all, and you know that expression on his face never really changes. He has this unnerving, wide grin, and he says, it's going to be nice to have some companions again. Causing mischief by yourself amongst devils gets a little boring. I have some new friends to make memories with. I'll do my best to not lead them astray. And I'm sure that we'll have tons of fun together. Perhaps we can get them their own nicknames.
Oh, that's fun.
Be safe, Older.
Ulder says, you as well, all of you. I know that the situation seems dire, but I have to believe that good will win out in the end. And he turns and walks out over the grounds towards the High Hall Cathedral.
It was nice meeting you.
Lulu says, well, it sounds like we can get almost everyone out of here.
Sylvie puts her hood up.
So, you guys are over here at the Grand Cemetery. And Lulu said that she can see Fort Knucklebone given the description, you believe, Lep, that you've seen the place as well on your descent. The big problem that you have is just the sheer volume of devils and demons below the city. And so it seems as well, I don't want to I don't want to make any suggestions or decide for you. So really all you have to decide as a group is how you want to leave El Terrell and make your way towards Fort Knucklebone. And I kind of wanted to also briefly, because it's possible that Smiler will be traveling with you guys for a little while. You guys are more than welcome to always consult him about Avernus, and but I can't promise you that he will always give you direct answers or even know everything about Avernus, and I don't want him to be a function for solving the party's problems for you. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Like he's currently an NPC that, from his perspective is kind of using you guys for his own ends. And although that he can come in handy, I don't want to say that he won't be useful to you. I guess what I'm trying to say is that I don't want him to become like a DM NPC. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like the main focus of the things that you guys decided to do for yourselves. So when you have decisions that you need to make as a group, you can talk to Lulu, you can talk to Smiler, but you guys gotta kind of decide for yourselves and because I could tell you probably the best way to get off, but I'm not going to. Because there's multiple things you can do, but the most logical thing, well, seeing as now that most of you have some capability to fly somehow or transform.
I'm looking for that elevator. Convenient elevator right there.
There is an elevator, but the beanstalk is sort of an elevator, but you can tell that
It goes up, it does not go down.
you can tell that just directly descending, even trying to climb the chains and pillars that lead down to the surface, likely climbing down into the battle is more than likely certain death.
Okay.
Do we know like a rough, maybe this is something we would have to look into, but like a rough distance?
Well, why don't you guys... Yeah, do you want to make your way to the edge of El Terrell and look off? Try and discern.
I'd be down, yeah.
Yeah.
Just to see.
Mm-hmm.
You guys pass through part of the crumbled wall to the west of the Grand Cemetery, and you make your way to the edge of the cliff. And you can make some perception checks.
Okay.
Oh. Y'all did decent.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The rabbit mask makes it 100 times better.
It does.
Good. Mm-hmm.
You guys believe that El Terrell is currently hovering about 450 feet above the river Styx
Awesome.
that winds around the landscape. You guys were given a map of Avernus by Silvira Savakis.
She did give me a map.
Although she did tell you that the map makers, the map makers went mad making it, and that it
may not be accurate.
it may not be accurate. You also really have no idea, where Avernus has landed, or not where El Terrell has landed. You simply know that you're somewhere above the river Styx. I would say that Mavathor, you're kind of really scrutinizing the landscape, and you can kind of tell that Avernus is certainly full of character and history. As you're kind of gazing down out over the landscape of Avernus, you can see bubbling pits of tar. You can see over the flats, like big canyons will appear. Off in the distance, you can see like what appears to be just a field of bone as far as the eye can see. The atmosphere, for all of you, it just reeks of brimstone and burning tar. Every now and again, hot gusts of wind kind of just are blowing. And as you guys are kind of standing there at the edge, you can actually see, like, actually the wind kind of picks up a bit and begins to swirl into this big sandstorm, and you're kind of watching the battle take place below, and you can see like a contingent of some of Zariel's devils. Seems like they're kind of retreating from a bloodthirsty mob of demons that outnumber them. But then you kind of get the impression that the group of the more organized group of devils, they felt the move. You could tell that they could feel the movement of the wind and knew that sandstorm was about to kind of coalesce, and the demon or the devils kind of lead the demons directly into it. And as the sandstorm whips over the single-minded little group of demons, as it passes through them, it just kind of rips them to shreds. You can tell that everyone below El Torel currently is pretty much just focused on the battle. And you do notice moving among the devils, besides Zariel, you do notice a I guess you guys really do. You get you all get a better glimpse of the battle of El Torel, and you see the legions of devils camped on the shores. These armored legions of the devils are encircling all the enormous posts of infernal iron that are anchoring El Torel to the rocky ground. And the squads of demons fighting 10 deep in some places, hurling themselves into the devil's ranks. You watch that grouping get shredded by the dust storm. And most of the abyssal troops are you can tell that they're lowly Mavathor mains and dretches. They die quickly in vain attempts to drag down devils, so some of the stronger demons behind them can strike killing blows. That the dark river Styx there that cuts the path across the blasted landscape and flows directly beneath the city. You see now more closely floating on the river are demonic barges coming out of portals down there on the river, much like the one that you guys encountered traveling to El Terrell from Baldur's Gate. The barges are sailed by squadrons of winged devils, and there you see they seem to be under the command of a terrifying-looking pit fiend wearing an eyeless helm and clutching a battle standard. Probably one of Zariel's more powerful generals. With those perception checks and kind of gazing out over the landscape before you, climbing down the chains or descending the beanstalk would end very badly for you all. And outside of some form of teleportation, you get the impression, the two of you, that flying would probably be your best bet, although it is not without risk.
I have 1 potion of invisibility.
I can turn into a squirrel.
And whoever drank tea is still under the effects of Pass Without Trace.
Oh, yeah.
So
Hmm.
you're just
Hmm.
Yeah, I suppose we should start going down.
okay. Let's hope my wings work.
Lep transforms into a little squirrel and hops on Sylvie's shoulder.
Got this.
So
What is what is your plan to get down, Mavathor?
Fly.
Okay.
Crayley,
Any
would you
chance?
rather fly with me or Mavathor?
Oh shit. um, I do want to see if Mavathor would be willing to take me, as I do have a private question for Mavathor.
Okay.
I do want to ask it outright, but I will see if Mavathor would be willing to try and take Crayley down.
Sure.
Probably better anyways. I don't want to drop you on accident.
Woo!
He already has to wait.
I'll show away.
you guys see Smiler hold out his hand and conjure this long, slender stick, and he flicks a little button on it, and a couple of wings kind of pop out, and it becomes this little glider.
It's very fancy.
And he says, to feel the wind in my hair. Ready whenever you all are.
Sylvie jumps off.
Oh,
Damn!
gonna give it a bit of a warning.
All right, give me a group stealth check. Anyone who drank tea has a +10 to their roll.
Okay. Oh my goodness. 28 on mine.
30.
Plus 10.
22.
What's the lowest roll?
20.
20?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I didn't nat 20 the pit fiend's perception check, so you guys are good.
Okay.
Cool.
As you guys leap off the edge of El Terrell, and glide out over the landscape of Avernus. You fly. How far do you guys fly for? Do you guys choose to fly all the way to Fort Knucklebone, or do you fly to the ground and then travel on foot?
I mean, I feel like we should like stop at least a little bit of ways just to like scope out everything, right?
Yeah, it's up to you
Yeah.
guys. You guys fly. You guys are flying for a bit. Lulu at some point says, "Can you see it? Look!" And you do see some distance away, kind of rising up out of the flatlands. There is this like cliffside. You kind of make out like a low plateau rising out of the kind of crater pocketed landscape. This sort of rust colored stone hill that resembles a hand clawing out of the ground that you can see off in the distance. A fortified compound sort of rings around it. But it is some miles off.
And
I
You
just
wanna-
want to be clear. I'm doing this while I'm flying.
Yeah.
I thought I had assumed that already for sure.
Matt has little hands on like your head, like
The
he's holding
hands
up to
and the
realize.
wings are going.
Lulu says, Sylvie, look, you can just hold your arm still like this. Use the wing. Use your wings. Just use your wings.
Okay.
Listen to the elephant, please listen.
You'll get there. It just takes time.
Okay.
Please, I don't want to die.
You wanted to ask Mavathor something while you guys are flying?
yes, since he is carrying me. Of course, I want to thank you, Mavathor, for flying me personally to our destination. But I did want to ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
Now that it's just the two of us, Mavathor, I don't know if what I said pass on to Thirstwell, and I know I'm not great with my words right now, but I stick by what I told you to say. I just, in the moment, it felt like you really didn't agree with that, and I'm not saying any decision is better than the other, but I wanted you to at least understand why I said what I said in that moment, if you want to discuss it.
I don't think we should really linger too much on semantics. What says was said, and frankly, it's I think it was Thirstwell's right to know what happened to Dolos. I mean,
Um,
if you had known what had happened to your mother the instant it happened, wouldn't you want to know?
yes, but, and this is the reason I hesitated, Mavathor. I saw my mom die right in front of me. And my immediate reaction was to try and kill the person who hurt her. I'm not saying that decision was wrong. But when I did that, why wasn't my immediate reaction to help her? I obviously went to help her after the fact, but in that moment, when you asked me, what should we tell Thirstwell? Of course, a part of me was like, let's just tell him the truth. Let's tell him what the fuck is happening right now, and he can make his decision. But part of me was worried if we tell him the full truth, he'll turn to anger and want to hurt those who are maybe, not maybe, but hurt those who are trying to hurt Baldur's Gate at this current moment. I'm not saying that is the right or the wrong decision, but a part of me regrets that my immediate action was not to help, but to hurt. And I didn't want Thirstwell to put himself, or maybe others in Baldur's Gate, at jeopardy by turning to anger immediately. Mavathor, I'm not trying to say one of our decisions is better than the other. I wanted to throw this out there so you knew I had, not the exact same, but a similar experience, and it's led me down this path. But I have some regrets along this path, so I just wanted to throw that. And that's all I'll say.
Mavathor's stoicism kicks in.
Oh no, no!
No.
Okay.
Didn't boot him from Discord.
You just zoned out.
Oh,
There we go.
Oh no!
While we're waiting, unfortunately, Mavathor probably missed a chunk of that.
And he drops me.
But that is what we call in the relationship world a bid for connection.
Okay.
Or turning towards your partner. Crayley, out of curiosity, what would you say that the alignment of your character is?
I'd probably say neutral good. I don't know.
It
You can disagree. Maybe I'm being a little.
No, I'm not. I'm not. I wasn't going to say that I disagree. I was going to say it could be either, when your character began, or it can be the current state of what you feel like they are.
I would say current state neutral good.
Okay.
Start maybe. I'd still say neutral good.
Sure. Yeah. I think
so.
I think that makes sense for Crayley, for sure.
Okay.
Cool. Sylvie, what do you think the alignment of your character would be if you had to put them on the spectrum?
Honestly, I feel between chaotic neutral and chaotic good.
Mm-hmm.
So just true neutral at the moment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel, especially with everything she's going through right now, I think she's more focused on helping her sister than anything right now.
Hmm. Yeah, chaotic is like you kind of make your decisions on a whim. Like
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
you know
And
Smiler is certainly on the chaotic end of the spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
Um if you feel like your character's currently at a pretty neutral state. I don't know if necessarily to me Sylvie seems terribly chaotic.
Mm-hmm.
Uh
I feel like it depends on her moment.
yeah. I would say definitely like chaotic good, starting to lean chaotic good a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Or neutral good almost even.
Yeah.
I think maybe like at the start of the campaign she was probably a lot closer to chaotic neutral for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She's kind of mellowed out a little bit.
Yeah. So what do you want to say it is? Neutral?
Yeah, we'll just go with neutral.
Okay. Um Mavathor, what is the alignment of your character if you had to place them on the spectrum?
lawful evil.
Okay.
We love our evils.
I thought that would be the case. But I did not want to make any alignment assumptions. How much of Krayley's interaction did you catch?
Most of it, I believe.
Okay. Did you want to respond to them at all? Or did you want
Um,
to
I think he'll just let Rayleigh vent to him for however long he wants to go on and be like, well, okay. Whatever you say, buddy, it's not gonna get us out of the situation any faster.
No, but I just worry Mavathor that I was biased in making that declaration or decision when you asked. And I wanted you to understand why I did, whether it was the right decision or not.
Okay.
Okay.
as you guys are flying and gliding over the landscape of Avernus, you hear this buzzing sound, and off from your flanking, off from your flank, off to the side, you turn towards it, and you see this large insect creature. It has this purplish black carapace with a big stinger on its rear end, two large snappy mandibles, and its underbelly is kind of pulsing with an orangish red glow, kind of like lava. It has a set of 4 actually quite beautiful, sort of translucent purplish wings, sort of smattered with orange spots. And this thing is flying towards you at a high rate of speed. And
Oh hell no.
that is where we'll end the session this week.
Oh,
um,
oh God.
Hold on tight, squirrels.
We'll say you guys are maybe you descended a little bit off after getting out and over Avernus, so maybe you're 300 feet in the air. And
Oh no.
even though this, well, it could go either way. The combat could take 10 minutes, or it could take 45. So we'll just leave it there for this week. Sorry we had to start a little late. I'm hoping that doesn't become a more frequent occurrence. But thank you all for playing. I appreciate you guys. And you have made it off El Toril, and you are off, set free into the first layer of hell. I don't know. I think this is probably going to happen. Just because, why not? But I saw that they released a supplemental new sort of adventure material that is, I can't remember what it's called, but it is one adventure from each layer of the 9 hells. I'm probably going to pick that up and inject that into here.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
But now that you're free, things will start to get. But I will see you guys all next Wednesday. That was a fun session. Good RP. If you don't have a DM inspiration, why don't you go ahead and mark one? And
thank you.
I'll see you all next Wednesday.
All right. Okay.
Take it easy, guys. Have a good night.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye, you too.